Okay, we are live. This time with a big picture of my face, and I still can't set it up the way I want. So, what if we. No, I don't want to add a stream, I want to add a source. Complicated. Everything's complicated. OBS updated. Let me make sure I am using my GPU. Let me make sure I am using my GPU NVIDIA. Okay. I didn't know I could do that. It's cool. Fortunately, I gotta go to chat. I gotta say, select window. Okay. 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 The YouTube interface is not the most well-designed thing I've ever seen. Okay, we are live. We have our lovely viewer. We have a whole list of YouTube tutorials we're going to go through. I was getting kind of bored of commentary just because it's such a slog, but roasting other people is always fun. So let's do that. First one we have is fortune fencing. I literally just, as these come up on my YouTube, because I get a lot of these on my YouTube as a weird fencing enjoyer. Monrovia, California. Okay, I didn't know that existed. Let's see. Anyway, as somebody who gets a lot of these on my YouTube, hey T, glad you could join us. Me. Get a lot of these. Okay. What was that? Mastering the Flesh. Rebuilding. Happy birthday. Vet fencing. Coaches, beginners, competitive fencing class. That looks like an ad. Fencing class live stream. Fencing for work with Coach Piosavan. Hey, T-Powered Robot, how you doing? Okay, ladder drills, that's good. This is also an ad. My screen is like flickering like it always does when I'm in full screen, and it's actually blending in with the transitions here really well. Okay, that's a fun drill. Because it teaches you that the total time to flush is less than if you wind up. So if you think you're ready to go and you just flush, you're good. Okay, that's an ad though. We don't want an ad. Also an ad. Thought I saw just back from a competition, afternoon chilling, cleaning kit, whatever. Yeah. Personally, when I get back from a competition, I always rant and rave about how much better I could have fenced. Ahmed Fayez, he's pretty good. Okay, so there doesn't look like there's anything here that's actually tutorial based. There's all advertisement stuff. But you might be less, unfortunately, competitive than me. Ooh, Courtney Purley. They have not posted anything in a while. Man, I don't know why I put these all on here. I was really sure I fenced with her before she got good, but now I think she's retired. Okay, this is all interview stuff. Okay, oh well. Check that one off the list. Oh, Big Bear Fencing. Okay, Big Bear Fencing is going to be interesting because they do, or they used to, these 3-minute little touch analysis videos. Adorable Lindsay Lohan. And so we're going to go through one of these and then see what else they got. I don't know how I feel about telling the story of the first step in a fencing match. Don't do that. I don't know, I've headphones in, no wonder I can't hear anything. I knew that. Alright. Totally not paying attention. Let's just start this. Okay. Harry versus Spouts. Supposedly a weird righty and righty match. Spouts trying to get to the outside of his opponent. I've actually not seen Spouts before, so. I think this is probably a little bit overrated. Make a small disadvantage, that's a fair reason to say it. You know, marginal gain, but that could be good. spelling here is atrocious. Quercetin. No answers this video. That's dumb. Let's look at the Finn one, because I like Finn, he's cool. So they talk about it. Finn on the left, Cano on the right. Cano loves going back and forth, so Finn is pressuring him to keep him close. So what happened there was Finn prepped. Cano ignored the prep. Finn went anyway, which meant Cano was ready for the actual action that came in. Finn should have reset and done a second prep keeper. It's a push and a pull. Pull, go back. The timing's a little off. So balance. Okay, so Finn does the same thing but closer. Okay. So M. Henderson, I watched your video from Northwest Fencing Club this week. That was very helpful. They're maybe on the list. The list is bigger than I can see here. We might get there. Probably get there because you said it. So the question would be, if Finn is able to defend from there, does that mean he missed the prep or he didn't fear it? I'm always inclined to assume people know what they're doing. And so I'm going to say Cano is ignoring the prep intentionally. Or, you know, he doesn't feel the threat there. Let me go back because I'm busy talking. He doesn't feel the threat there, so he's intentionally ignoring it. He's not missing it. It's not like he's not seeing it. So here Finn is doing a drawer pull. Finn won one touch. I think a winning setup is a bit of a strong statement. Okay, so now I was just playing with variations off the same deal. Yeah, that's true. I think the ideas in this video are good. Here's Finn, that's perfect distance because his tip is here. Right? Actually, let's go back on that one. His tip is here, which is exactly as far as he needs to hit Cano. And I guess he's probably also got Cano coming forward. Or not. Okay, so he's got him coming back, but he predicts a step back. So his tip is here, right far enough to go into to hit Cano, but not any farther. So he's done. Cano's doing this big action. And so Finn is able to get around it in time. Okay, so yeah, a very destructive sort of action where he's just attacking into prep. He's closing the distance. And so Finn is trying this forward prep, but he's already too close for it, and Kanoa is ready to go in instead of reacting to it. Yeah, so that's pretty good. This is only 3 minutes long, so let's watch one more. Attacking aggression, because I'm very bad at that. They're carried 11-5. This is an interesting bout to choose because you would normally think with such a big time difference and such a can't even hear myself with such a big score gap in such little time, they're not going to fence like they usually do. But at the same time, this sort of situational analysis is not something we do a lot in fencing. Where we want to talk about the ways you want to change your fencing when situations go weird. Hello, Cat Locator. Glad to hear you're back in the gym. Bardenay pushes, because now Bardenay's got to slow down, because he knows Lamardo will hit him. Oh, this is the same touch over again. Yeah. So I think what he's trying to say here, which is pretty good, is that Bardenay is full focus on going forward and getting a touch. Because if he doesn't go forward and get his touches, he's lost. Fine. We all know that. So Lamardo is reducing the pressure on Bardenay to allow Bardenay to really focus on setting up his touches, and then Lamardo is flushing into that lack of pressure to surprise Bardenay, which is a really good way to do it. I don't think he lost focus. I think he was over-focused. And another one where he just counterattacked. Okay, so this is pretty good. I like these. I think if you're just looking for some fun little fencing to watch, the production value is a little slow, but the actual content is pretty good. Not slow, low. The production value is a little low. Okay, so Northwest Fencing Club. Northwest Fencing Center. I think I have this on my list. Maybe I had it on the other list. Maybe I didn't have it on the list at all. Okay. Why were you seeing playlists? Importance of the back leg. Did we do this one last time? I feel like we did this one last time. I feel like watching Cody Matten talk about stuff was something we already did. I think that's why it's not on my list. Yeah, we did this one last time. I think it was pretty good. All right. I love this guy. He is awesome. Park Sang-young has retired, so we're not going to watch him, but we can definitely watch Cyclicy. 5-8 5 minutes from a top fencer who has thought deeply about the game.
Let's dive right in. Sakoshi generally fences with counter-offensive mindset. He bounces in and out of distance, creating false windows of opportunity for his opponent to attack. If his opponent falls into the trap, he simply retreats, displaces his body, and lands the counterattack. Boss's reaction here shows how close that hit was to scoring.
Yeah, this is such a fun way to fence. Push, 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 come back. And he's just so quick going back, he gets the touch.
His opponents know being offensive against Sakoshi is the riskiest path to success because they have to play directly into the counterattacking game. If they don't attack, Sakoshi will win on time. If they do attack, either they have to close the area he will counterattack into or grab his blade in a compound action. Trying to close the area off with opposition generally results in a double, but also leaves you open to being parried rather easily. If grabbing the blade is the tactic of choice, it has to be performed from a longer distance to allow time for the compound action to develop. This is where Sakoshi's fantastic balance and change of direction come into play. With the longer distance, Sakoshi is afforded more time to find an attack in preparation or to simply retreat out of range and nullify his opponent's attack.
Phenomenal. He's so good. Another thing that is not mentioned yet, which I think fits in this section, is Sakoshi's hand is so good and so fast that even if you get the timing right, and he would be like, if you get the timing wrong on a counterattacking opponent, if you get it very wrong, they hit you. If you get it a little wrong, they counterattack you, hit each other's bodies at the same time, it's a double. So Sakoshi is so fast, he can get that late counterattack onto the arm and get singles out of it, which is insane.
Sakoshi's balance and control of distance. Keep in mind, Park has one of the fastest advanced lunges in the game, and it is extremely difficult to beat him on it. However, Sakoshi makes this look as easy as tying Velcro shoes.
So the trick there is to start moving
Sakoshi is fantastic
when your opponent does, or even before.
applying pressure and reacting to his opponent's footwork. This allows him to change direction quickly and catch his opponent off guard with an explosive action. He is always waiting for his opponent to become too focused on preparing an action that might beat his counterattack. When his opponent becomes complacent or flat
Boss got too close there.
strike. Let's see that in action.
Beta goes low, trying to take the blade. Beta's now set up for another one like that.
Gorgeous touch.
These are going too fast for me to comment on. So Park jumps in like that, saying, please hit me. Bait. So close she doesn't go. And now Park tries to do that jump in again, but Sakoshi sees it coming and doesn't wait for the bait to open up, hits him on the beginning of the action.
Let's take a slower look at that. Park hops forward to grab space. He hops again, but Sakoshi explodes to score a dominant touch and win the match. Beautiful. If Sakoshi needs to score touches, he is more than capable. His explosive power and raw athleticism allow him to launch a powerful attack. He favors an advanced lunge with a 6 beat before disengaging to the body. The next few clips kindly demonstrate this dangerous, destructive attack. This clip against Santorelli clearly shows the 6 beat with the disengage.
Yeah. He catches the blade going forward. Santorelli is disengaging, and then he disengages around Santorelli's counter take.
Sakoshi lulls his opponents into a false sense of security by slowing down the speed of his footwork. When he sees his opening, boom! Single touch. Here's another great angle where you see that subtle 6 beat.
This is a really good.
Sakoshi's overall game. Let's slow it down and admire. With a large lead, Sakoshi can sit comfortably back on his counterattack. He misses the counterattack here, but immediately chases Verwaylen, feinting before launching his Beat 6 disengage. let's recap over a bunch of clips that didn't make the cut of this video. Sakloshi is an athletic, explosive, and balanced fencer. His mastery over épée fundamentals is shown in his precision with counterattacks and his ability to control distance against the best in the world. His counterattack game is greatly complemented by his change of direction flesh and his advanced lunge. When his opponents become too worried about his counterattack, he's quick to give them something else to worry about in the form of a volatile attack. Though his bread and butter is his counterattacks and offensive actions, don't think for a second that he can't or doesn't parry. His parry game is as elite as the others at the top of the world. He just simply doesn't have to rely on it because his ability to control the distance is so strong that his opponent's point isn't usually getting close enough to his body to be a concern. I hope you found this video informative. If you have any questions or would like to discuss this analysis further,
Yeah. So I knew this going in, but obviously Leland is a great guy and definitely knows what he's talking about when it comes to fencing. Just wanted to give a shout out to my friend. All right, next we have Seth Baldwin. Let's see if there's anything interesting here. Flesh drill. Fencing drill, flesh or duck. 3 actions from the half step. Part 2 before part 1. Advantages of fencing with a squaring guard will probably tell us if he knows what he's talking about. But let's start with his flesh or duck drill. Then we'll go into the 4 distances. Finish with that. Oh, okay. That's situational fencing. You can only flesh or duck.
So I'm going to just expand this a little bit, first by teaching a new or an additional counter 1. So the main counter 1 is because my arm is low usually. I'm coming forward my attack, he just hits me in like the top of the bicep here.
Not a great counter attack.
If bad enough that their arm is so low you can hit them on counter 1, you're just going to beat them anyways. I mean, just stick them in the arm until they give up. Most people learn pretty quickly though to close the high line when they're attacking. They get tired of getting hit. So if I, instead of attacking like this, I now start attacking like this, it's actually very difficult from the counter over the top.
Yeah.
High
line good.
And so a different kind of one that works well against people who do a good job of closing the high line is now the duck, which we were practicing before. So now my high line attack ends up missing everything, and I get countered.
So that's interesting and good, which is that he's relying on the fact that you should be athletic when you're fencing and
Yes.
not just
You're not really retreating very much. I mean, you can hit and get out, but here we're going to hit and displace.
and not worried about just things you can do with the blade to counter them.
The most important in the sense that it's sort of the action of last resort, but anytime we're like, oh no, we're about to get hit, danger, Will Robinson, that's a great time to duck. You know, your opponent has stolen distance, they're collapsing with a strong attack, you can't parry very easily, you can't retreat anymore, you've been surprised, it's unfortunate, but you still have one last ditch chance to save yourself. And so, if you think of that first, then anytime you don't need to duck, you still have time to do something else. So, the other action then I'm going to add on top of that is I'm going to call like a counterattack number 4, which is a long distance free shot to the hand. That means you have complete control of distance. You're going to hit them in the hand, get out, and still make counter 2 if you want. So, that just means you're so much in control.
Pit of despair on the wall.
You can take this
It's the armory. Of course it's the pit of despair.
whereas counter 1
This is a nice looking club actually. I would want a fence here.
last ditch.
You got whiteboard pools on the wall. Is that, I think that's a 15-person pool on the left. That's huge. It's like everybody shows up for practice.
And then repost. Again, he makes me miss with distance, not with his parry.
Okay.
Free shot, miss, and then he can hit me again. So hit and then get out and hit. And so those are for counter.
When you duck in response to an attack, should you try to snipe the arm for an earlier hit or go for the guaranteed body? Go for the body for sure. If you are ducking, you are full commit to the duck and you have to make sure you hit.
I'm attacking. If he
Ignoring what I said before about Sakloshi, if you are capable of hitting the arm, you have more options later. That's a large extent the strategic importance of the arm.
I can check back. If he posts,
Is you can is what he said before actually. So
again, he makes me miss with distance, not with his parry.
it's here, right? It's one to the arm and two back. So this is the same idea. Is any shot to the arm is a shot to the arm you're taking. So you have something else to do later. If you're full commitment and going to the arm, that's bad and you should be doing something else.
Flushes into my attack. I can now duck and still defend and score. If he just merely lunges into my preparation, I can check back and repost. Counter two. If he does nothing, he just doesn't see my preparation. I can flush and hit him.
Not a great flush though. There is
He
coach.
does see my preparation and he runs away. I can do now the fourth attack and take a free shot on the hand.
Don't do that.
Run away. Free little pet.
Don't do that. That'll get you parried.
And so I think of them in order of both distance and danger. So
Unless you have a specific read on your opponent.
scenario, attacking counter
If you are attacking into your opponent's retreat, you're committed and he's not, and you're missing. It's not great.
counter four is sort of the least dangerous. He's already
But I think this is honestly not bad, but aimed at lower level fencers, which is not bad. Lower level meaning C and below probably in the States. And so at that level, it's probably fine.
that I like to work on like the next 6 weeks. Involves improving your decision making on when to use each one. Also, and I'm just assuming you're able to execute each one. People sometimes have trouble with counter two because they retreat and they don't have to wait for it enough. So I'll work on the mechanics of actually executing each action correctly. So execution, decision making, and then variations. So I've done all these actions with no blade contact. You can do them all with or without blade contact. Doesn't really matter. If you, especially like the counter two, people tend to remise, right?
Counter 2 here is not a counterattack into, it's the second counter in his list of 4 that he had earlier.
And people even disengage.
I'm not sure what that is, but presumably if you watch that, it'll be fine.
You have it, and then
Poor Mr. Wizard Knight never left defense that way.
but it's also not good. Parrying means you didn't control distance well enough to make them miss with your feet. And so parrying is kind of like almost like the duck. It's like sort of a last resort action actually. So if you can make the fall sport first, control the blade when you come in to hit, that's the best.
Yeah. Duck is a last resort action.
Today,
Swag though, which is,
I'd like to start with the flesh and duck combo.
I think that's all we get here. Let's watch this, and that'll tell us for sure if he's good or not.
So when you get your on guard, you start sideways or do you start square? A lot of people start their on guard flipping sideways. They go step, they rotate their foot out, and they try to hide behind their bell guard. And they feel like this minimizes their target area and lengthens their
This is-
reach. That can't be bad, right? And it's not. Those are good things to do. Other people though start square. They start facing this way, they balance on the front foot, they just take a little half step back. And now the chest is relatively square compared to the previous on guard. Why would this be better? Obviously our parries are stronger. That can be handy to control the blade. But the main benefit of being square is that your hips and leg are aligned to go forwards and backwards in a much more natural way. You can't run sideways nearly as fast as you can run forward and backwards. And that's the main advantage. People who think they need a couple inches of reach for their lunge could have gotten that reach from their legs by getting a better distance control.
Absolutely. That's really good actually. I'm gonna put that on closed captioning and play that again.
Forwards and backwards in a much more natural way. You can't run sideways nearly as fast as you can run forward and backwards. And that's the main advantage. People who think they need a couple inches of reach
Yeah.
for their lunge could have gotten that reach from their legs.
Distance, this is like a general rule of fencing I've developed. Distance comes from your legs, not your arm. You set your distance with your legs, and then you just reach out and touch them. And if you're leaning or you're whatever, then it's not. Then something's wrong with your legs. And I'm really glad that he's picking up on that in a different phrasing, which is whatever. So our Seth Baldwin conclusion is he knows what he's talking about, and he's producing content aimed at newer fencers, which is great. And if you fall into that demographic, which is fine, I was there too, and I would have loved this video. You should go check him out. This is Hema. Oh yeah, I remember why I wanted this one. They do these little demos. That's a long lunge. That's not bad. I don't know how useful that is, but okay. I saw these and I thought these look interesting, and I did not realize they were 4 seconds long. But that's not a bad counterattack. Arm comes out before he goes back. I'd say the distance is probably a little bit too close there. Don't parry too. Something's wrong with your legs, yes. I'm so sorry. Fucked up leg game represent. Okay, well, that was less useful. I don't know why those exist. But they're not awful demos. So this is an Achilles style fencing and music combo. Not the combination I would have put together, but if it works. And it's interesting, certainly, if he's mixing them together. So if this is who I think it is, this is actually really, really good. Tamia Bettini. Poke, poke. I wish he told us who this actually was. This is certainly a good sign that she has the Italian logo on her pants. But I don't like that she's advancing with her arm all the way out. And her arm looks tense, like there's just no movement there in it. I wonder if this is his own music that's playing. If he counterattacks. Okay, so this is still the early part of the lesson where it's just technical warm-up. That was better, that was better. I don't like that she's like all the way up here at the first extension. This is her arm guard's like, I need a better camera setup for this. Her arm guard is very high and it's not great. Okay, so that's not great because we've gotten into the meat of the lesson, and that's a coach initiated action, which you should only really do at the very beginning of teaching somebody a new action. Yeah, he's jumping in, she's hitting, but that's not teaching her how to fence. Because your opponent in real life is not going to just jump at you. Plus you don't learn how to set the distance. Anyway, it's definitely not Camila Bettini. You know that one for sure. Yeah, this is also a HEMA club. We saw that in the video list. That was a nice sequence though. Okay, start from still, which is fine. 6 leg. But there's no reaction that she's looking for. It's just do this action, do that action. Like even this early, you should be looking for some kind of a reaction from the coach. From the coach as representing your opponent. You know, 6 coach counter pairs, you go low. 6 something. Or maybe he's just trying to teach it as a one tempo beat and she's just not doing it right yet. He did it very differently from her and he's not correcting it. He's just doing it totally differently than she is. Okay, now we're starting to get some responses. I still don't really like that. He's still, if he's stepping back in between and she's trying to do this one tempo, something's very wrong here. Okay, so she's supposed to be missing the first and then redoubling to the second. That's relatable. I messed up getting to do the spin of shame. Not great, honestly. There's no cueing, there's no back and forth here. She's just doing things and then follow up. It's great for drilling technique, but not as good for drilling fencing. I do the spin of shame when my coach and I are working on like a 3-touch sequence and I do the first 2 touches perfectly and then the 3rd touch is just like flush into him and I whiff and I'm like, why? It's the easy part. How did I mess up the easy part? Somebody said, if you'll pardon me momentarily, I could set in a chroma key. What? No, give me the. Hang on. I'll be with you guys in a second. Oh, that filtered out the whole thing. Nope. That got us. Some reason that's picking up the background and the chat window, but not the text. None of these are doing anything. Okay. We will come back to this next time. Okay. I did not particularly like this guy, which is why I did that in the middle. Yeah, see, he doesn't have human stuff. It was the other guy with human stuff. Anyway, human fencing shares clubs a lot. Wall ball. Okay, so this is just a bunch of random lessons for all kinds of sports in Spanish. All right, never mind. Christoph Omnis. Actually, TPR, you should try this spin of shame. Maybe it'll make you feel better. Marino, Philippe Omnis, Elise Omnis, Korzum, Kilian, okay, well, there's clearly Philippe and Christophe, and then Marino. You need to go actually fence. Well, you know, you can just go take a lesson and then not fence. Hoping to make it tomorrow. Yay! All right, let's watch this. That's probably him. I want to watch a kid. That's an adult. Coaching kids is a totally different topic. I have obviously no personal experience with foil. I like this distance changing with a little slight cueing, which is very good. But I have seen a lot of foil lessons. My old club was mostly foilists, and they just won cadets worlds or Euros or something. So they're very good at it. Reflex training, cueing is very good. Training the sloppy backflips. I don't have anything intelligent to say here, but this does kind of look like a good foil lesson. Hold your commitment, that's pretty good. Hope you guys didn't hear that. My wrist is kind of fucked up. Feint de coup droit coupé. I don't know what this says. Hey T, do you speak enough French to know what this says? Are you still here? Does somebody else in the chat know what this says? Feint with a touch left, so beat left. Coupe, go over. And a coupe something. Yeah, coupe goes. Coupe is this. This exact action here is the coupe. Feint, up, back. That's shown. Feint, blade up. So their tip goes in front of yours and then back, as opposed to disengage, which goes under. Yeah, see, it's a boom, boom, boom. Do the drill so you know what you're doing. Do a bag, get set your distance. Good. So this is a new thing. You're starting it from standing. You went under. Went under. So this I like too, and honestly one of my biggest complaints from my first coach is that he didn't do this. I was really bad. I would mess up and then halfway through the action I would see I had messed up and just stop. But you can't do that in a bout, and it kind of fucked me up later. If you mess up, you have to be able to keep fencing, and it's something a coach can train. You just lost the coupe. Very tired. Something is behind. I like this is so active. That's another really good thing you see in lessons with a good coach. Feint, dessous, dégage, dessous. Baseball. Feint low. So this is another, it's a student-led, it's a student-initiated action. He's feinting, coach disengages, he finishes. Overcommit to the feint, get parried. So keep going. Good. Too far, missed. Coach is not going to respond to a feint when you don't have right of way. That's what happened there, if you saw it. This is a really good lesson. Coach is going, coach misses. Straight attack. Just trying. And a short bout to finish. I know that one. He's gonna be so tired after this. Really good from the coach to balance his skill level so that his student is succeeding with difficulty. He's not getting everything, and he's not getting it when he messes up, but for his level, he's hitting the ones he's doing well, and that's an underrated skill for a coach. Maybe it's a properly rated skill for a coach. It's a good skill for a coach. Fencing lesson. compound attacks, because this is easy to get wrong.
Hey everybody, it's John with George Fencing Academy, and today we're going to talk about compound attacks. Now, compound attacks are a series of simple attacks, or one or more simple attacks. We covered what constitutes a simple attack in the previous video, direct and indirect, with or without opposition. But this time, we're going to delve a little bit more into preparation.
We're going to be talking a lot about
what we need to do, what tools we need to utilize in order to set up this series of simple attacks. A colleague of mine, Alan Evans, with Dominion Fencing in Virginia, has a great website called Coach's Compendium, and he delves into preparation.
Yeah, Alan Evans is
Borrow
great.
A little bit from that today. We're going to utilize not only blade work preparation, but also footwork preparation in order to be able to set up these actions effectively.
What I'm looking is a lot of the
Now, what makes compound attacks a little different is essentially preparation. What we're doing is
how much
utilizing
he's
a
teaching
series
them
of
as sequences of actions,
in
and how much
order
he's
to draw
teaching them as
response.
eyes open.
Something that we kind of delve pretty heavily into over here at GFA. Now, I referred to Alan Evans with Dominion Fencing and Coach's Compendium. You can check out his website in the comments below. He divides the blade work and footwork preparation into into the two categories of blade work and footwork. One, on blade work, it's a series of like attacks on the blade, like beat, press, opposition, or maybe a feint, right? But also utilizing changes in speed, distance, and variety, like I said in the previous video, various changes in footwork in order to draw a response from your opponent. Again, I'll say it, can't emphasize it enough, 80% of your game is played from the waist down. Great footwork is essential in this, and
That's a
manipulation.
good phrase. 80% of the game is played from the waist down. I like that. Never heard that one before, but it's good.
Okay, so let's look at blade work and footwork combinations in compound attacks. Today we have Houston, Fullerton helping us out with demonstration.
Name a few
So
cities.
we've already reviewed in previous videos simple direct and indirect. Now let's make it a little bit.
Oh, fuck this guy. This is an AAU club. I knew his name sounded familiar. Okay. Well, we're just gonna pretend I never showed this guy on screen. If you're not familiar with the AAU, it is it's the American Athletic Union. They started sponsoring tournaments in 2020, 2021. After COVID. And this is probably a HEMA thing. So let's see what we got in the background here. We have a lot of Italian grips in the background. So this is a HEMA thing. Okay. Anyway, the AAU sponsored a bunch of COVID unfriendly tournaments when the USFA refused to, and now they are continuing to do it. And they're also providing a home for safe sported individuals. And so generally, people who make poor life decisions and then take it out on others, and then provide homes to other people who make poor life decisions and take it out on others, and just not a good thing to be watching or associated with. 3 tips to improve the lunge.
Ready? When I clap, arm extension, lunge. Stay in the lunge. Stay there. And when I clap, you go back. Good. 3 tips how to improve your lunge. Okay. Number 1, fast arm extension. Without fast arm extension, your lunge will be slow. So after a fast arm extension, a fast lunge comes.
She's right, but for the wrong reason. It's not slow.
You have to bend your back foot because the back foot will push you forward. If your back foot is extended, it can't push you forward. Okay? Rule number 3, your lunge have to go straight forward without going up and down. Okay? In a straight line, as quick as you
Just keep in mind she's teaching kids.
pushing the back foot and keeping the heel close to the ground.
This
rolling
is a great. I don't know where this is.
one foot really high up like that.
Maybe this is in England somewhere, but this is a gorgeous facility.
And go back. Good. So fast arm extension. That's it. Go back. Right down. Much better.
Let's watch that one more time. I want to see if the kids actually did it right.
Go back. Good. So fast arm extension.
Yeah, they did it.
Go back. Right down. Much better.
Yeah, okay, so that's not bad. How to flush.
To make the long reach forward, you have to extend your arm and the back
I
shoulder.
wish they told us who this is.
back. Okay, it's very important because if your back shoulder is here, it shortens your reach. Arm extension, hop, good, and go back. One more time. Extend, hop, and go back. Keep bending your knees. Extend your arm, lift up your back foot, put the weight on the front foot. Stay here. Stay there for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and now jump forward. That's it.
I guess this is
Okay,
just their
without
club.
looking
That's a
down. If you look
gorgeous
down,
club.
Again, your back shoulder goes down. You have to facing up all the way.
Thomas
Back
Kovacs.
shoulder,
That's a.
try to extend
So
your
this is
arm
Juliana Revesh, formerly world number 1.
up. When you
In
extend
what?
it down, your back shoulder will drop in this way. If you extend it up, your back shoulder will go out. Try to do it
Junior
with
world
the
number
bend.
1,
So the
2002.
front is bent, and then you're
Silver in 2005.
Okay.
Okay.
So that if you extend
So she
this
knows what
way,
she's talking about.
we're not going to be able to jump. It's straight legs.
And I've completely missed this video because I was watching the, looking up the club.
Very important because if your back shoulder is here, it shortens your reach. Arm extension, hop, good, and go back. One more time. Extend, hop,
Yeah.
and go back. Keep bending your knees. Extend your arm, lift up your back foot, put the weight on the front foot. Stay here. Stay there for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and now jump forward. That's it. Okay, without looking down. If you look down, again your back shoulder goes down. You have to facing up all the way. Back shoulder, extend. Try to extend your arm up like that. So not down, up. When you extend it down, your back shoulder will drop in this way. If you extend it up, your back shoulder will go out. Try to do it with the bent knee. So the front knee is bent, and then you're going to jump with that. Okay, so that if you extend this foot, you're not going to be able to jump. With straight legs, you can't jump, right? Remember that your back knee goes towards your shoulder. Yeah, you have to lift it up. Ready? And go.
That's a good cue actually for teaching kids.
And now start from bouncing. If you are starting the movement from bouncing, so not from a static movement, but much faster. Arms are straight. Ready? Go. Stop. Here you go. Well done. And then extend your arm and try to push this away. And go. Push. Here. Elbow in. And push. Here you go. Well done. Nice.
Yeah, you know, it's working pretty well. It's a pretty.
You have to catch it and then flat.
This is a great drill.
Ready?
You can see, so what this does is the same thing as the jump rope drill we saw 40 minutes ago, where it teaches you not to wind up.
That's it. That was very good. Well done. Excellent. Elbow in, flat arm, and
Yeah. That's cute. I like that. That was pretty good. That club is, I can't get over how good this club looks though, with the pillars and the fancy and everything. I wonder if they're fencing inside a church. Alright, we got 2 more to go through today. We got 1 more to go through today because I have Sistema Talenticos on here 3 times. Maxim Lin, 14-year-old speed
To make
cuber.
the long
Nope,
reach
wait, no, come
forward,
back.
you have to make the long,
I am a 14-year-old speed cuber and saber fencer. Okay, so we're not gonna roast a kid. That's obviously not gonna happen. So I guess that's all we got. Congrats to this kid on getting his C. Got to this kid on getting his B. The Pomme de Terre, no less, which is apparently an awful tournament. Like it's a good tournament, a lot of really good fencers, and then it's just in a really bad building. Okay, that's what we got. Good 1 hour stream. Thank you all for joining. I had a lot more fun with this one than I've had streaming in a while. I'll see you guys hopefully next week. Until then, have a nice day.